What's good, y'all? It's your host, your humble Ronin, Kios, here with another Ronin recap covering tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. If you are new to the channel, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. And if you are new to this segment of Ronin Art and Music, essentially what I do is I do a thread covering my thoughts and theories for the episode. We go through my thread and then we head over to Raw's Twitter page and we just skim through the highlights and we just chat about it. And that's pretty much it. Nothing too wild here. Straightforward, easygoing. I do this because I enjoy it, and I have gone back into wrestling since it came back onto Netflix. So you're just going to get someone here who just is doing this because he loves it, not because he needs to live it. Much love to Jack Reeves for for dropping by, Hotep and Build. Alrighty, let's get into it. All right. So, I always start off my threads with a theory. And my theory for tonight was that it will be epic and heads will roll. And what do you know? A lot of heads, well, actually, one head in particular rolled. But we'll get into that. So, our general manager, Adam Pierce, called out sick because he did not want to deal with the bullshit tonight. And let's just say there was a lot of it tonight. A lot of good stuff. And Pat, he was still there. He had a pretty epic moment. Glad to see him back. I know people, I don't know why, everyone hates him. Everyone hates Pat McAfee, and they don't like, some people don't like Michael Cole. I don't know why they hate Pat, though. I think some people think he's a racist. I don't know how, because he told Raquel Rodriguez he doesn't speak Spanish. I don't know. You know what I'm getting the sense of? The wrestling fans online are not the real fans. It's really interesting, and that goes for many fandoms. All right. So our boy Seth Rollins comes out with the crew, looking evil and ruthless. I love it. And those glasses that Seth Rollins had on tonight, I dig them. I kind of want a pair for myself. I'm not even going to lie. I kind of want a pair for myself. And so he made his announcement that his reign has begun, that he'll be taking over the atmosphere and planetary alignments that is Monday Night Raw. So it's going to be very interesting to see what he has in store. And, he shouted out CM Punk, Roman Reigns. The crowd was cheering for them, but the future is now. And that future is Seth Rollins, who I'm very excited to see what he does, to be honest with you. I knew about Braun Breaker joining with Heyman, but I was not expecting it to be like this, which I was really pleasantly surprised about. There was like a promo with Heyman and Braun, and even Heyman said that he's been very interested in Braun and working with him in the background. So now we know exactly why. So I really enjoy it. I think Braun Breaker is a great addition to the crew. We'll see if Seth can keep that dog on a leash, because I mean he rabid, he rabid, and I wasn't sure what Sammy was gonna do, whether he was gonna turn coat or he was gonna seal his faith by the spear of Braun, and yeah, he made his decision. I guess his decision is a matter of perspective, depending on how you lean. But he he made his choice, and it was so funny because I mean, I don't know about you guys, but now that Braun Breaker has a leash, he just seems even more dangerous. In my humble opinion, he just seems even more dangerous. I don't know what it is about him now having a leash, but it just makes him more vicious. I don't know what it is. But man, that was funny. And I do like that Seth was trying to buy out Sammy. Like he was like trying to buy out those federal workers. Like, hey man, just take the deal. Go home. Over to SmackDown. All right, where it's safe, you can get a new job, you can start fresh. We don't need to spill your blood. We don't need to spill your blood. And we had our first match, and Roxanne was she gonna lose her life tonight, but and I thought Bianca would show up. I was wrong about that. People were getting on my ass the other day on Twitter. They're like, she's got broken fingers. I'm like, yeah, that don't stop her from just standing there. Like, damn, I wasn't saying she got to go in there and do a German suplex on Rhea Ripley with broken fingers. I mean, that'd be badass, but I wasn't asking for that. But I have to give it to Roxanne, man. She's a shifty little demon. And she definitely made Rhea work for it. I was really impressed by that. Rhea is like the equivalent of like the henchman, that big henchman that like he's sort of smart but not really, and he kind of gets in his own way. He's deadly, but he just gets in his own way. Rhea is like that. We need to put some reins on her. We need to put a leash on Rhea, because she's just out here just, I don't know what she's doing. Trying to pick fights with Io Sky. Now that Bianca's out of the picture, it looks like it's gonna be Rhea and Sky teaming up. That's gonna be like Lethal Weapon. It's gonna be funny to see how that plays out. But then you have Liz, who's working her plan. I'm telling you right now, man. And I've been saying this. She's planning on outsing Finn. I don't know how, but I feel like that's the plan. And I'll be honest with you, Finn needs to kind of go on his own. He does, but now that the JD is back, it seems like whatever. You know what? Honestly, who the hell knows what they're doing with Judgment Day? Like, I ain't even gonna sit here and try to figure it out. I don't know what they're doing with that group. I don't know. Let's move on. And then we had Logan talking, and then Jey Uso came in talking, and I don't know what's worse, Jey Uso talking or Logan Paul talking. I don't know. I don't know. But at least Jay got Logan to shut up, and I'll be honest with you, I'd rather hear Jay talk than Logan. I'll be honest. At least with Jay, he's just not as insufferable as Logan. But we need Logan, Bo. We need him. We need him in the ring. He's perfect. It's a perfect heel. And then we had the contender match for the tag team. War Raiders versus JD and Finn, Judgment Day. And it was good, man. It was really good. The New Day is funny, man. All they do is just talk shit. Complete hypocrites. So unself-aware. But I love that about them. They're really great in the ring, too. Really good. Definitely going to be some future Hall of Famers with the way they move and their promos. They just have great chemistry together. I'm bummed that I never got to see them and Big E all working together. That would have been really fun to have seen. But hey, it is what it is. Maybe I'll check out some old storylines from back in the day. But dude, these War Raiders, this is so funny. My mom came by actually to pick something up, and she just sat down for the match between Judgment Day and War Raiders, and she could not believe what she was seeing. When the match ended, she was like, "Oh my god, this is too much for me. I gotta get out of here." But I have to admit, I was not expecting Penta with the surprise attack on Judgment Day. And that's a serious L for Judgment Day. A serious L. We'll see what they're gonna do about Penta. We'll see how that all plays out. To be honest with you, I think Penta's gonna have to really keep an eye over his shoulder because they're definitely gonna be gunning for him, and it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Especially next week when we get the Penta versus JD. That's going to be really interesting. I don't know why Penta wants to be picking fights with people that got entire gangs backing them up, but hey, you know how these one army Mexicans be. You know how they be. And then we have the discussion between Paul and Sammy, which was pretty funny. I really enjoyed it. Paul Heyman pretty much just telling him, "Hey man, either way, I'll win." It was really good. Really, really good. Paul was speaking sweet, devilish words to Sammy. He's an interesting character. But he's a good soldier, and good soldiers, they always get hung out to dry. All right, we need to talk about Becky. All right, that woman literally embodies the name Becky. She definitely a Becky, and her nickname is the Man. She transgender? She a transgender too? What's going on here? I'm so confused. Absolutely confused by that one. But she called Bailey a bitch. That poor girl Bailey cannot seem to catch a break. I'm telling you right now, that poor girl Bailey cannot catch a break. Man, nobody seems to like her. I don't know what that poor girl did, but ain't nobody like her. Not a soul like that poor girl. I don't know what she did. But Valkyria, she came in there, did some work. Got Becky to start squirming and running away. She seems like she's the Karen of the locker room. It's going to be very interesting to see how that all plays out. And then we had the Chilean mistress of the underworld, Stephanie Valkyr, versus Ivy, Lady Liberty. Stephanie Valkyr. Not only is she probably one of the best female wrestlers that we have right now of this generation, she is also drop dead gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. All of these women are absolutely beautiful. All right, I'll say maybe 85% of them. Okay, I'll say like 90% of them. Let's continue. I'm getting distracted. But that was a great match. I really enjoy how Pat was having to explain to Cole that El Grande is not Chad. I don't know why people can't seem to grasp that. They're not the same dude. It's not that difficult. Sheesh. I love El Grande Americana. I love this character. Great character. Great character. Yeah, and then this promo for the Bulgarian Beast. That's what I'm calling him. He was on a crusade. And now he has rejected Mother Russia. And Mother Russia has rejected the Bulgarian Beast. I'm looking forward to seeing his crusade. I'm looking forward to see the bodies he drops. I'm looking forward to it. Let's continue. Oh yeah, Ivy, man, she got a booty. Woo, goddamn, that girl. She's so tiny, but so fine. Yo, can someone like help? What's her name? Vega. Yo, she needs to go train with like Jade and Ivy. She needs some muscle. That girl is literally, a twig with flaming red hot hair. We need to put some muscle on that girl. It's ridiculous. Gonna give her the United States Continental Champion. Good Lord. But I'm not gonna lie, yo. Valkyrie, she was whooping Ivy's ass all up and down that ring. But hey, man, I'll give it to Ivy though. She kept on holding her own. She wasn't giving up. But poor Ivy, man, she got a taste of that Chilean kiss. Woof. That is one of the most nastiest, sexiest specials I've ever seen in my life, especially from the women. That's nasty and sexy at the exact same time. Man, oh man. Sexy, but they can beat your ass at the exact same time. Put you in a chokehold, make you cry out for mommy. And I don't mean Rhea Ripley. Please. Oh, Lord. Chad Gable with that American special. The CIA cheap shot. Putting Ivy's leg on the rope. Keeping her in the match. Oh, gosh. That's some fun stuff, bro. But, man, that match was impressive. It was impressive. I mean, Ivy held her own. She definitely held her own. She needs a breakout moment. She definitely needs her moment. But in the end, Stephanie is undeniable. I don't know why they don't have her on the main roster at Raw. She's clearly talented enough to be on the main roster. So I don't know why they are reluctant to put Stephanie Valkyrie on the main roster. Hopefully they will. And hopefully y'all will hit that like button while you're at it. Let us continue. She needs to be on the main roster. I don't know if maybe they're not sure as to who they want the next NXT Women's Champion to be, but tomorrow night we'll talk about that because I'll do my NXT recap tomorrow night as well. But let's continue. We had AJ Styles discussing future plans for his career after getting his ass whooped by a YouTuber, Logan Paul, at WrestleMania. It's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. And then we had Karrion Kross, the voice of reason at WWE. He went up to Sammy and told him, "Hey man, you gotta make the right decision." Yo, if you didn't catch my coverage, I covered Karrion Kross. He had this crazy epic promo rant, and it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. We're gonna get to that when we get to Sammy, to the main event, and then we had Ludwig, he's with Tiffy Time You would think being with that fine ass girl, it would get him some matches, but all it gets him is bitching and whining, demanding demanding this and that from Pierce, and Pierce just keeps on leaving him on red. He is funny though, and he is a good wrestler. I enjoy his character. I enjoy it. And then Pat McAfee, who everyone seems to hate, maybe now they'll like him just a little bit. He comes out with a great promo, um, essentially talking. You know what was great about his promo? He was definitely expressing his frustrations that he's had with people have been treating him. So I definitely appreciate it. Have been treating him. He really is a good guy. He really cares about the business. He cares about the wrestlers. He cares about the fans. He cares about Michael Cole. I know there's some people out there who are not a fan of Michael Cole. I get it. But I like these guys. I like them. I love their chemistry. I really enjoyed what Pat had to say. He was cursing like a motherfucker, and I respect it. Netflix, stop. This is Netflix. Why are you blocking out the curse words? This is Netflix. Bro, you literally have TV shows about drug kingpins, kidnapping women, and like gang sexually assaulting them. What are we doing here, Netflix? Get over yourself. All right? Get over yourself. And then it got even more crazier when during the heat of the moment, the adrenaline is Pat's got the crowd flowing, giving him the strength and the forewill to demand a match against Gunther? The Austrian the Austrian pulverizer? The ring general? Yo, you know what, man? Pat was smoking way too much weed that night. Yo, he was smoking way too much weed to want to go up against Gunther. But hey, okay, all right. Good lord. Well, Pat, you had a good run. Love your spirit and energy. You will be missed. He will be missed. And then we had Uso speaking sweet words to his boy Sammy. And then we had the surprise attack from Logan Paul. Typical Logan. Cheap ass punk. Oh man. And like I said, you know, Io and Rhea are gonna team up like Lethal Weapon.